Now I am going to discuss about procedural democracy. So democracy actually means the process which are necessary to follow to make the democratic system a successful one. Generally, procedure means any process or system that we have adopted for accomplishing certain things, for getting certain things, a particular course of action. That means we have adopted a particular course of action or particular system for making the democratic system a successful one. That means it is also modus operandi. That modus operandi means what is the technique or moves for making the democratic system successful. For example, a particular procedure, for example, such as regular election. Regular election took place in the country on the basis of adult franchise, and that regular election ultimately give us the chance to elect our own representative who will run the administration of the country. So that regular election, that is a procedure which is necessary for making the indirect democracy a successful one. Through the regular election, we cast our votes, we form the government, and that legitimate government or that legal government ultimately run the administration of the country. So there are some features of procedural democracy. That means what features are necessary or what process are necessary for making the democracy a successful one, or what are the conditions necessary for making the democracy a successful one. First and foremost is free and fair election. Election should be free and fair. There should not be any, what I can say, that there should not be any vote capturing or use of money or corrupt practices for winning the voter. There should, in each and every country, there should be an independent agency like election commission, and that election commission will look after the election process of the country, and that through that election system, through that universal adult suffrage, or that election process, only it is possible to form a legitimate government. If election is not free and fair, then there is every possibility that an illegal party may form the government, or an illegal government may be there. So election should be free and fair, and it should be conducted by an impartial agency like election commission, and the present government or anybody should not interfere in the election process, and voters should not be bribed by any cash or kind, or by even sometimes what happened that people use, or various political parties use force or other religious sentiment to win the voter. This should not take place in the process of election. So the election should be free and fair one. Then open competition among the political parties. All of you remember that if it is a democratic country, there should exist at least two political parties. Okay, if it is bi-party system, it is alright, or there may exist number of political parties like our countries, like multi-party system. But what is that in the constitution, it should be written clearly about the duties and responsibilities of the political parties, and there should be open competition, healthy competition among them, and what is the responsibility of the political parties during the election period, that should also be written in the constitution properly. Otherwise, there is every possibility of misuse of power by ruling party or even by the opposition party also. Then next procedure that should be followed for making the democracy a perfect one, that one is universal suffrage. Universal suffrage means all citizens who attain a definite age should be entitled to cast his or her vote. There should not be any distinction among the voters on the basis of religion, caste, creed, sex, etc. Because already I told you that earlier in democratic country like Great Britain and America, they did not give right to vote to women. But our country is what I can say that, or we are actually privileged enough that in India we have established universal suffrage after getting independence. So Each and every citizens of a country should have to enjoy the right to vote. There should not be any other qualification like education, definite amount of property, or on the basis of sex, religion, etc., etc. Then principle of neutrality. That means government should neutrally give rights to the people and they will choose. There should be a free atmosphere and the citizens should choose their values and ideology of life. That means simply it means that government should not blindly follow any ideology, because that will create suspicion in the minds of the people, and those who are not committed to that ideology, they may not be treated by the government equally with their own brothers and sisters who are following their ideology. So in a democratic country, no government should blindly follow a particular kind of ideology. People should be free enough to choose their values, their rights, their ideology, etc. And government should treat all the people equally, whatever their ideology may be. And last one is responsible government. Democratic form of government cannot become an irresponsible one. Though they are elected for 5 years, they may get the absolute majority in the legislature. In spite of that, they should have to act as a responsible government. They should have to respect the public opinion. They should have to respect the opinion of each community, each caste, creed, etc., each region, etc. They should have to be responsive to opposition parties also. So the government should be a responsible one, though they have majority support, but they should not act as a dictator, because they remember one thing, that after 5 years they will have to face the election again. So if they are responsible, if they are dedicated, if they are duty bound, if they are treated everyone equally, there is every possibility that in the next election they will get the chance to win again. So responsibility of the government is another important traits or features of procedural democracy. So in a nutshell, you remember one thing, that procedure means some process or system which is necessary to make the democratic system a successful one, or make the democratic system a legitimate one. That means it is a legal government, not illegal. If there is no universal suffrage, then it may not be legal government. If there is no principle of neutrality and government is imposing its own ideology, then it is not democracy, because you are not giving stress, or you are not showing respect to others' opinion. If the government is not responsible, then it is dictatorship. If the election is not free and fair, then we cannot term it as democracy. So all these are the conditions or procedure which are necessary for making the democratic government a successful one. So thank you today.